Chris, otherwise known as Music City Driver. I just got on 40 actually, and it looks like I made a mistake in doing it. Waze did not tell me that apparently there's an accident up ahead. Anyway, the purpose of this video, as you probably saw from the title, is talking about snow and ice in Nashville and should you drive. So I don't know if you've been checking the weather recently or have seen any of the advisories that have come out or anything, but apparently Friday, starting about noon, there will be snow, but before that there could be some ice accumulation. I'm not going to go out and tell you exactly to go drive or not, because that's really a lot of liability on my behalf if I tell you to drive and you have a wreck. So if it gets as bad as they say it might get, I would not chance it. A lot of people on some of the Facebook groups I'm on, stuff like that, say, yeah, it's a really good day for Uber and Lyft if it snows or if it's icy or whatever. But I don't know. I really don't think I would take the risk, especially with ice involved. It's just snow. That's not that big of a deal. I have a four-wheel drive vehicle. It has a snow mode, which basically helps the engine to brake the wheels somewhat. You can feel it kind of gripping more, stuff like that. And I am pretty comfortable driving in snow. Even though I'm from the South, I have driven in Boston. I have driven a lot of places where it's snowy. So it's actually not that big of a... wow, they completely closed I-40. I'm having to get off on an 840. It must be a bad wreck. Man, okay. So anyway, I'm having to excuse me. I'm having to get off at the 840 exit if you're familiar with that area, because they've completely closed I-40 off because of some kind of wreck. So there's breaking news for you. There is a wreck on I-40 eastbound, about mile marker 172, going into Nashville. So if you are headed that direction, don't, because I'm having to get off on 840 now, and I'm gonna have to reroute completely. So anyway, it's gonna take me a while to get to where it looks like. So one of those resources that I use the most for weather, I don't look at the local weather stations, I don't look at the Weather Channel, I don't look at, you know, WeatherBug or any of the apps like that. I basically I use Twitter, and I use a website. And the Twitter that I listen to is @NashSevereWX. They are the most accurate that I've ever seen. They are almost dead on every time because they watch intensely. They watch, and they don't just watch one source of data. They watch a lot of different sources. So they watch the National Weather Service. They look at all these different models, like Euro model, and all these different models of what could happen. And they have done it enough. They're pretty much big weather nerds, and they have done it enough that they can actually tell you pretty accurately what's going to happen in the Nashville area. There are affiliated Twitter and websites, and actually they have a website as well. It's called NashSevereWeather.com, I believe. Honestly, don't get me lying on that one. If you go to @NashSevereWX on Twitter, you can see their website address. But they do daily updates usually on the website. They do like blogs on there that kind of tell you the most recent weather happenings in the Nashville area. And then, like I said, on their Twitter feed, they will post the most recent things. And about 2 hours ago is when the National Weather Service released a statement saying that there was going to be some snow after there was some ice accumulation. Sorry about my throat and stuff. I feel like I probably have to go to the doctor. I don't know if I got bronchitis or something, but I'm hacking a lot and I feel like I got some congestion in my chest. So excuse me if I sound a little odd and I keep coughing and clearing my throat and stuff. So, but like I said, a lot of drivers have said that it's lucrative to drive during the snow and ice, but is it really worth putting yourself, your passengers, and other people at risk just to make a few dollars? I'm not really sure it is. In fact, I know it's not for me. I've got too much at stake. I mean, I don't want to lose my vehicle. I don't want to lose, you know, I have to pay a $2,500 deductible if it's on Lyft, or pay a $1,000 deductible if it's on Uber, my deductible on my insurance. Luckily, I do have like a, you know, compensation kind of thing on Allstate that if the deductible exceeds my Allstate deductible, they will pay me back, sort of. But anyway, so if there is ice involved, I don't care who you are, how good of a driver you are, you can't get traction on ice. So I don't care if you have a four-wheel drive or not, because if you're driving a four-wheel drive on ice, the only thing that's happening is four wheels are spinning instead of two. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but if it's snow, you can deal with that. Snow and a four-wheel drive work pretty well. As long as if you're going up a hill, don't stop, accelerate steadily, don't floor it, just drive steadily up the hill. If you're going down a hill, don't slam on your brakes, just let your engine brake. That's why the snow mode is helpful. It's also helpful if you don't have a snow mode to put your car in low or 1 or 2, because that helps to brake. You basically use the engine instead of your brakes to brake your wheels as you're going down a hill, so that you don't go too fast, but you don't want to slam on your brakes, and you just want to take it easy. Just use common sense. If you're driving in snow and ice, don't slam on your brakes, don't turn suddenly, don't accelerate suddenly, don't do anything sudden, and you should be okay. But like I said, I cannot advocate that people, that especially Lyft and Uber drivers, drive when it's snowy and icy on the roads, because there's so much liability that you take on when you take people into your car and try to get them to their destination. It's probably going to take longer than you expect to, and as you all know, we don't get paid as much by the minute as we do by the mile. So, you know, if it takes you twice as long, but it's still the same distance, you're basically making less money, because you're spending all this time, which is only giving you like 9 cents a minute, to go the same distance that you would normally. So you might get a few more cents, but you've eaten up all this time. So, I mean, I know for one, I am probably not going to be out driving Friday night. So that means Thursday night I probably need to drive if I can, because Vanderbilt students are back in town. Their first day back to classes was Monday, so that should bring Thirsty Thursday back in Nashville. So Thirsty Thursday would be the night to drive if I was going to drive this week. And like I said, I'm just going to keep my eye on the weather via Nash Severe Weather, Severe WX. And I am way south of where I need to be because of the I-40 being closed down. So I'm going to have to take a big detour here and figure out where I'm going. So I'm going to get off of here now, guys. I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. If you haven't been watching the weather, you're in the Nashville, Tennessee area, you might want to pay attention to the weather, especially if you're a driver, because you don't want to get caught out in this stuff and not be able to get home, or caught out in this stuff, have a wreck or something like that. And like I said, you need to think really long and hard about whether or not you are going to drive in conditions like that. Driving in rain is one thing, driving in snow is another thing, but driving in snow and ice is another thing entirely. So just keep that in mind when you're driving, or if you're going to drive, and be safe out there. And if you guys I hope you guys have a great day. If you're out driving, it's still slick and gloomy and slightly drizzly out, so be careful. Even then, you can lose traction, and man, this traffic is backed up on 840 now. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. You guys have a great day. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed watching these kinds of things. I try to keep stuff pertinent to the Nashville area, but there are some things that apply just about anywhere. So this sort of thing might apply just about anywhere where there's snow and ice accumulation. I know up north you deal with a lot more snow than us, and you probably laugh at us every time the roads shut down and the schools shut down when there's like a half inch of snow. And I don't blame you. A half inch of snow is nothing to me either. But if it gets higher than that, or if there's ice involved underneath that snow, then that's when I get worried. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. Like I said, make your own decision, but I would advise against driving, especially if there's ice involved. So have a great day, and if you're out driving, be safe.